Welcome to the THL video tutorials. In this video, we'll look at different privacy options available to your project and your project's content. When you created your project, you had to choose between 3 different privacy settings: public, private, and staging. Public projects are visible to non-members, so if you go to the project page, where I am right now, you'll recognize them because their project title is clickable, and when you click on it, it takes you to the project homepage. Private projects cannot be visited by non-members, so you'll see that the private projects, they don't have clickable titles. And even if I tried to go to a projects page, if it was private and I was a non-member, I'd get an access denied message. Staging projects are private and they're also not listed on this projects page. So there's no way for me to know how many staging projects there are. And that's primarily for people who are just starting out and trying to get their project finished before they move it into public or private. So I'm going to go to my project's homepage and I'll show you how to change some privacy options for your project. So this project is currently open. Now, even though I've created an open project, I can still make individual pieces of content private. So as an example, I'm going to create a blog here and I'll make it private. So I'll click on News Blog and then I'll click Add a Blog Post. Now when I scroll down to the bottom of this form, you'll see that I have this public checkbox. If I unclick the checkbox, then the content will be private. So I'm just going to fill out this form really quick. And then I'll click Save. So my blog entry has been created, and if I go back to my project homepage, we'll see it right here. So how do I know? Is this content really private? Well, I've logged in as a different user on this other browser, and this user is not a member of the project. So here we are on this other browser as a different user, and I'm going to search for that project. And since it's a public project, I've got it right here. Now when I go to the project page, you'll see that I don't see that blog entry here. And that's because the blog entry is not public and therefore not visible to those who are not members of the project. So I'll go back to this other browser, and here I am as the member of this project, and I'll see the blog post. Now I can also decide to make my whole project private by going and changing my project's basic information. Now this is only something that project admins can do, and it's under the Manage menu right here. And you'll see it says Project Information. So I'll click on that, and I'll scroll down to the bottom here, and then I'll just click on Private. So now that makes all of my content and the project private. Now if I want to go back and make my project public later, I can do that as well. Just be aware that all of your project's content will then be made public, so if you want some of it to be private, you'll have to go back to that content and change it. So I can do that really easily through the Search tab. I can search for whatever piece of content I'm looking for, and then I can just click on Edit and then change the privacy settings. So this tutorial has covered privacy options for your project and your project's content. If you have any questions, just send us a message by clicking on the Contact tab at the top of the page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the lab.